And, our goal with that documentation is to publish it, put it out to the world, and get it peer reviewed and have other scientists and doctors try to poke holes in it. Welcome to the CPI Stem Cells Podcast. Missing the fearless leader, Ed Clay, today, but I'm super happy to have Jason Sampson. I need to speak to Sampson. Man, buddy, we go a long way back. I don't even know if we should say how long ago because it makes me feel old, but
18 years.
18, I was going to say 20 years,
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years ago. You were telling me you're just turning 40, right?
41.
41, man. 41. There you go. Got the family now and everything.
Yeah, got
Cutest
a beautiful
kid on the planet.
Got a beautiful family, beautiful wife, 4-year-old son, and an awesome business. So, great things are happening.
Tell us a little bit about your, how'd you get started in jiu-jitsu?
Just my wrestling career. Once I was done with wrestling, I found training with Lovato Junior, and then just took off from there. And jiu-jitsu led me into MMA. Training with Lovato, and they gave me Lovato Senior and Lovato Junior. Just gave me that they opened up many doors for me. From when I won the Pan Ams under Lovato, and they just put a lot of knowledge into me, and now they gave me a great gift to where, I have my own jiu-jitsu academy now, and I have my own students, and I'm always sharing their knowledge, right? The knowledge they put into me, Lovato Senior. So I use that in my academy of what they put into me. So it's amazing.
Yeah, one thing I love about both the Lovatos is that their mental game and their strategy and the way that they look at jiu-jitsu, arguably, I think so. Lovato's like the most accomplished, best American jiu-jitsu guy across all boards. Like Ryan Gordon's like the new guy, but Lovato's gi, no gi.
He's the OG. He's for sure the OG, and he put the Americans on the map for sure.
He certainly did, and he produced so many great guys as well out of his academy. A lot of champions have come out of his academy, and he was also one of our first patients for stem cells when he came down to CPI, and he was having, similar to you, neck issues and shoulder issues, and it's great to see him back. Just won his last MMA fight, so that's been really cool. So where is your school?
It's in Southlake, Texas.
Southlake, Texas.
Yeah, right. So we live in Grapevine, and Southlake is, there's a lot of money there, and so we have a little private studio there in Southlake, and it's been amazing, man. So we used to have a bigger academy in Southlake, but COVID, and then wife got cancer, and now we have my son. We had my son in 2019. So, and she got diagnosed with cancer in 2020. So we pivoted and we moved from a bigger academy to a private studio, and it's probably been the best move business-wise. And I couldn't do it without my wife. She was the brains behind all that.
She is awesome.
She's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Love her lots.
You guys talk a lot, but she's just amazing. She's just she runs all the front end stuff for me and makes my job a lot easier to where I can just focus on what I'm great at, because I'm definitely not great at the business side, you know what I'm saying? So she helps run all that and keep everything going.
Yeah, it's great to have a good team.
Yeah.
You guys got the cutest kid ever, so that's
he's
awesome.
He's amazing, dude.
I love seeing him running around on the mat already at 4 years old.
Yeah, he's already doing the muffler to everybody, and double. He has amazing double legs, and but it's amazing. I definitely wanted a daughter. But Susan, she's fighting cancer, but she's doing amazing. She's in remission, but she can never beat it. 'Cause she can just control it.
Yeah.
And so we focus on the right things, not the wrong things, and we have a healthy son. He's amazing.
That's good.
He keeps her going, and keeps her fighting.
Mm-hmm. And it's a fighting family, so I definitely.
Sure.
She's a fighter. You're a fighter. You guys got a lot to fight for. So, what were some of your biggest fights? Like, what do you feel were some of your biggest accomplishments?
Just beating my biggest accomplishments, probably making Bellator and being successful at that level in Bellator. One of the biggest wins is Eric Perez. He fought in the UFC many times.
Yep.
He's the first Mexican fighter to sign with the UFC out of Mexico, and Mexico's got 3 UFC champs now,
Yep.
and so they're and they just had the youngest fighter for Mexico. He just lost though,
Yeah.
18 years old, but
He's
just
bad. I can't remember his name, but he's bad. Yeah.
but yeah, he's bad. Just inexperience right now. He's got to grow into maturity and but yeah, he's a freak. 18 years old, making the UFC, and he
Incredible.
just lost the decision, but he learned a lot in that fight. Kids are fighting. The kids are starting so much earlier now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But their careers are ending and they end early. You know what I mean? It's not like I started fighting at 27. I turned pro at 27.
Yeah.
But I was a hardy All-American wrestler, a high-level brown belt, and so that helped me a lot. So
Sure.
but yeah, so like the kids are just starting earlier, but I think their careers were ended earlier.
Yeah.
Because they're
I remember Randy Couture, he was champ in his 40s, right?
44. I
44,
think
yeah.
44 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a
I
freak.
think the days of
He's
the
a freak of nature.
44-year-old champs are gone.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Like the guy I trained with at the Mat Factory and Team Bruno, Bo Nichols.
About
I know, and within a year he's going to be UFC champ at 185 because those guys can't wrestle. You know what I mean? And he's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
And he's a coachable. He's a great human being. So I think in the next year he'll be UFC champ at 185. I don't think anybody's going to stop him because no one can stop that wrestling.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's at a different level.
He's a beast. I mean, just think about from when we started. I started training when I was 25, 1995. I was kind of like the end of the first era of wave one of jiu-jitsu. And back then it wasn't MMA, it was Valley Tudo, right? We still had the Gracie Challenge. People would come in the gym and want to fight Hal for one of our guys, and it was when BJ was the white belt enforcer. People would come in and want to fight Half, and they had to fight 130-pound BJ and get their ass whooped. And you're like,
wow,
this tiny little kid,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but now the game has changed like so much in jiu-jitsu and in MMA. Like, I feel like a really good purple belt now in jiu-jitsu is so much more technical than a black belt was 10 years ago.
Blue belts.
Blue belts, too.
Blue belts. I mean, like, you got blue belts that are just freaks of nature, because they got amazing. Back then when you were starting, if you wanted to get good, you had to go far, far away to get really good training.
Yep.
Now they have amazing, they got YouTube, they got all kinds of stuff to make them better, but they got amazing coaching in front of them, right? They just got to put in the work and keep on showing up.
Yeah.
I mean, who's that Cole kid from Altos? I mean, he just got his purple belt, but 17 years old.
Yeah.
Already winning the Abu Dhabi, already winning.
Oh, yeah, him, yeah.
He's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
He's American, but he's the Mendez brothers.
Yep.
But just the kids today, man, they're just freaks of nature because they have amazing coaching now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a different.
I used to ride a bus to about an hour and 10 minutes to go to house to train every day. And now, like, just in places like Las Vegas, LA, Houston, in an hour, you got 10, 15 schools.
Academies.
And some of them are really, really good schools, like, especially Orange County. Like, every school there is awesome. So it's like.
Isn't Mark Lehman still out there? Mark Lehman, Cobra Kai.
I think Mark moved to Cobra Kai. Trained a lot with Mark back in the day, but I think he moved back to Michigan or Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's not in Dallas
from.
anymore because I was training with him at Team Takedown with Kenny Monday, Johnny Hendricks, Chad Skelly, all those guys, and we used to train together. But he was the jiu-jitsu coach for MMA there at Team Takedown in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So we got to train a lot together, but I think he's not there because Team Takedown.
I think he moved back to be with his family.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he's another American legend guy. I mean, he really like put Americans on the map. Really evolved the game. His way of like studying jiu-jitsu. At one time, I think Cobra Kai was the best school in the U.S. And it's because he let everybody come there and train. No politics there. And on any given weekend, you could walk in there and there'd just be so many good
I remember
guys training there.
Sim goes there.
Sim, yeah.
Dude, he's a freak.
Frank Mir was there.
Jason Mayhem Miller
was there.
Dude, I remember that guy coming out.
Pete the Greek would be in there. BJ Penn would be in there.
Just
Jeff Glover taught there.
Yep.
Bill Cooper was there from time to time, And that open door policy that he had really let everybody get so good, so fast. So.
Right. Bob, that was, back then we used to go to Las Vegas with Lovato and do Grappler's Quest. I think Brian Simmons owned that back in the day. And then we would always train at Mark Lehman's. We would stay at his house. Mm-hmm. And it was just a cool experience, being around those guys and just, competing with those guys, training with those guys because you got to meet so many amazing badasses, just freaks are freaks.
Big Daddy was there,
Oh, Joe
There's
Stevenson.
So many guys, I can't even remember all the guys, but you could go to Lovato train there, everybody.
Kendall Cross.
Yep.
Not Kendall Cross, but Grove.
Kendall Grove. Oh, yeah.
Kendall Grove
was there for a while,
He was there for a long time.
Yep.
And so you got to meet all those top
And plus
guys.
all the guys that are just awesome that they have real jobs. You know what I
mean?
Yeah. Like Spangler. Spangler was there,
But still tough SOBs. Still stuff. They have full-time jobs, but still come in there and beat the crap out of you on the mat.
Yeah. So. And Hendricks and those wrestler guys started showing up a lot, too, that were out there.
Right.
So many good guys.
Yeah, because Mark Lehman helped Johnny Hendricks. I mean, he was, he helped him a lot with his jiu-jitsu, but Mark Lehman's a freak. He's always
so good.
He's so.
I wish I could get him down here to heal his back, because remember that's what took him out.
Right.
That guy was doing everything. He
hurt
his back before I hurt my back, and I remember all the different things I called him up when I hurt my back. He had these inversion things and all these different things that he was trying to do to get his back better. And so, Mark, if you're listening, come get some stem cells. We'll take
you need
care
to get
of
it, baby. Yes.
I mean, just the fact that you're turning your head, man. Last time I saw you, you had no neck movement.
It's been 90 days, man, and I was having migraines. I couldn't get any sleep, suicidal thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot, right? And since my neck fusion in 2017, and then my wife, she trusts you more than anybody, and she made this happen for me. I didn't even know she was setting this up for me, but she made it happen, and man, I can function now. I can take care of my son.
You put your grips on me, man. Dude, you got your grip strength back, man.
I got my strong. Grip. I can't. I'm never gonna fight again, but I want to compete again in jiu-jitsu, and that. But I'm on the right path. But it's been crazy. It's been 90 days, man.
I remember you were showing me that you were struggling to even really make a strong fist.
I couldn't function, right? I was going crazy. Couldn't sleep and couldn't take care of the family. I was going through a rough time. But since my wife found you, and I didn't even know you were doing this, right? I wasn't keeping up with all this. But when she found this, I knew, you wouldn't you would do me right. You've known me so long, and so she trusted you. She jumped on it, and she made things happen. And then, but since 90 days, since January, dude, it's a miracle, man. It's I can't explain it. It's just, I'm still trying to, do research on, on all the stuff, on all the great stuff you're doing, and man, and I wish. My wife has cancer. I wish she can do it, but she has a blood cancer that she can't do this. And then you're so honest with her and telling her she couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But it's been amazing from where I was and where I'm now, and how I can function, how I can take care of my family and my business, and I'm still training with my kids a little bit. But the most important, I can put knowledge into my little man. I can work with him a little bit because I couldn't. I was so bad, man. It was crazy how bad I was, and where I am now. It's crazy. It's a miracle.
Well, normally after 90 days, people can start getting back on the mat and stuff, but it's good to still take it easy. The the hypoxic stem cells that we use, they can live in your disc up to a year. And on my MRIs, I saw more improvement between the 90-day MRI and the 1-year MRI than I did. So like the older technology stem cells, they would rarely show improvement after 90 days. So 90 days is what you got. But you still got a lot more healing to do. We got you on another IV stem cells right here behind us.
We got getting the 80 million stem cells in my body right now.
Yeah.
Just had I think 30 or 20 million stem cells in my neck. Shots, and then I think they did 10 million stem cells in my elbow.
Did we do your elbow the first time you were here?
No, you didn't do my elbow.
Okay, so you just came back and
100% my neck. And they put it in my disc, and they took all the pressure off my nerves, man. It's I was having shooting pains, and you know how bad I was. You saw my MRI.
You could hardly turn your neck.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so.
And you just came back. You got your free MRI, follow-up MRI, right?
It's amazing.
And what were the different? Have you had a chance to review it with the doctor?
Yeah, so the doctor said that she said it's doing my neck is doing so much better in 90 days. She said it's taking the pressure off my nerves. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not having the shooting pains down. Yep. She said it's gonna take a little longer. She said just take my time. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I'm gonna listen to you and listen to my body and not get back. I kind of push it sometimes. You know what I mean? And I feel it, right? Yeah. So I just got to back it off.
Back off, yeah.
And I'm going to wait until like a 6-month mark to kind of like see where everything is and just kind of evaluate how I feel, and then start picking up my training the second part of this year.
Good.
And hopefully get back in some competitions and doing what I love to do.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I mean, that's one of the benefits of us doing the free MRI program is I get to see my friends come back, see them doing great. Your wife would let me know you were on your improvement, how it was going. I know it wasn't real easy for you at the beginning, but just getting to see so many people come back. So we give a free MRI to any of our returning patients who want to come back because we want to track the results, right? We feel we have the best stem cell in the world. Luckily, we're really close to San Diego. It's like 20, 30 minutes to come over the border. And, we're gathering up all of those results because we want to publish the data. It's one thing for people to say, oh, we have the best stem cells. Oh, we get this, we get that, where patients are doing good. But we want documentation, right?
Sure.
What do we learn from training mixed martial arts? It's like, back in the day when I first started, it was martial art versus martial art. But we never knew who had the best martial art until they all got in the cage and they fought, right? And then it evolved, right? First it was jiu-jitsu, and then the wrestlers, and then the stand-up guys learned how to sprawl, and we went through all these phases. Sure. And now, just like we were talking about, all these different people, everyone cross-trains. Like, you could not be UFC champ now if you weren't good at everything, right? It just doesn't happen.
You can't have any holes in your game. You got the wrestlers, like, you can't be I love Ben Askren, but you can't be a Ben Askren fighting MMA, right? Because you don't have any hands.
Yep.
The wrestlers got to have really good hands to hide their wrestling behind their hands, right? Mm-hmm. And that makes the wrestler. It's like Bo Nichols, right? I was just saying, like, dude, he's just a freak of nature. He's a sponge, and his wrestling caliber, I see him tap black belts, like this, right? Because his wrestling pressure. He like Khabib's people, right? He takes you down. Guess what? You're not getting back up, right? And once he puts you on your back, it just his pressure, his constant pressure, to just beat you into that submission. You know what I mean? He's very smart in that cage. He's very smart. He's the wrestlers that really evolve, they got to have this, right? They got to have hands. And they just got to be patient. He just the way he fights, his IQ, right, in that cage. IQ, yeah. It's just amazing, dude.
Well, all those years on the mat for him and stuff. And, it just makes sense, talking about like fight IQ. Like, that's why I love working with Ed Clay. He was ranked in Shudo himself. He got hurt. He started coached guys all the way up to the UFC level. And he always says, documentation beats conversation. So, we kind of built our hospital around MMA fight principles, if you're going to, for cancer, We have, if you're going to fight a karate guy, you got to have the best karate guy and the best anti-karate guy. In cancer, we have homeopaths, and we have naturopaths on one side, and then we have MDs and regular oncologists on the other side. We work a lot on the mental game for the patients as well. And with stem cells, it's like the thing that we learned from fighting is that you got to prove it, right? And so that's what we're out to do here. We invite our patients to come back, free 90 days, get an MRI. Some people like you decided, hey, I'm doing great, but I want to be doing a little bit better, which is, not surprising for a successful competitor like you. But a lot of people come back, they get their MRIs, they feel great, they're looking great. They just want that documentation. And, our goal with that documentation is to publish it, put it out to the world, and get it peer reviewed and have other scientists and doctors try to poke holes in it. Because, we feel like we got the best. We want to prove that we have the best, and this is the only way that we know how to do it. The eventual goal is to, get these into FDA trials. And when we go into FDA trials, Ed has some really good relations with some veteran organizations. And, we want to make our FDA trials for stem cells with all veterans. So we want to treat 100 veterans with stem cells for free. And, the eventual goal would be, I think, I wish that I had known about stem cells before I had my back surgery, right? Because I spent about $24,000 to get my back surgery, even with great insurance, all my deductibles, physical therapy and everything. And for $24,000, I could have got stem cells, and I feel better. I'm about 2 years out right now.
Without the surgery. Yeah.
Yeah. If I wouldn't have got the surgery if I had it. I think so. I think eventually I would think that everyone would want to try surgery try stem cells before surgery. When you do a surgery, you had your neck done, you caused a huge injury to try to fix an injury. And stem cells, they hurt and stuff. There you go. Stem cells are going in, almost done. For surgery, you're causing an injury to heal an injury. And stem cells, it hurts when you get it done, but how long were you sore for?
A few days.
Just a few days. Few days. You're a tough guy. Some people it's a month.
I think the average is probably a month. I talk to the people I hear but I think my body's always hurting.
Yeah.
So we kind of how it is. We just push through it, right? Until we can't push through it anymore, right? And then we had to get fixed. But my surgeon was telling me that when I saw him before I came out there to see you, because last October I was having suicidal thoughts. I was in Dominican with Master Carlos Machado, trying to teach the policia, the military, and all of his affiliates, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, man, coach, I gotta step out, man. I was so much in pain, right, because of my neck. And then Susan found you, man, and 3 months later, I got those stem cells in my neck, and from where I am today, from where I was today, man, it beat surgery, right? Because my surgeon said, man, you're gonna have to have neck surgery in 3 to 5 years.
Right.
And he says, if you get this done, I think you're gonna have to have stem cells or another neck surgery in 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was huge,
and
right?
Maybe not. You just got another round. You're showing really great improvement.
So
I would keep doing stem cells. If they're working.
No, I'm not going to do surgery.
Yeah. The technology's getting better. We're about to come out with our cartilage stem cells too. We're still about to come out with some stuff for discs where we can kind of use some materials that support the disc more, so you get even more healing, more height, more pressure off of the nerves on them, and The future has a lot of stuff to bring. So
technology is crazy. What you guys are doing out here, man, is just it's helping the average and it's helping the savages. It's helping everybody.
Yeah.
And not having to go through a surgery and be out, months and months and months. If I was going through neck surgery, I'll be out 8 months, to a year, right? Because I'm trying to get back. But what you guys are doing out here is you're doing miracles, man. And I know the technology, as you guys get better, it's only going to get better and better and better, right?
Yep.
Like the cartilage you're talking
it's
about.
Just how we do it, we're always going to be getting better, evolving, just like we learn from jiu-jitsu and fighting. Right. It's like, You got to evolve. You got to get better. When you hit a problem, you come up with a solution and you make it better.
You guys got amazing staff out here that take care of everybody. You know, just you know what, you guys are amazing. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was always gonna trust you. You know, so I didn't even hesitate. So and when we found you, man, we just jumped all over it. And I'm talking to all these people out here, you know, and how they're, you know, everybody's body's different, right? It's gonna hit you different, and you know, if you're older, you know, it's a process, right? But you just got to be patient and definitely listen to you guys, and if we listen to you, you know, you're gonna be on that recovery, right? But it's crazy. It's a miracle. Like, I can't believe where I am today. You know what I mean? And I'm already training a little bit, you know.
Good.
And but not heavy. You know,
Sure.
I'm not gonna train like MMA training. You know, I'm done with that. But you know, I love to train jiu-jitsu, you know, but
Yeah, I think 6 months if you want to
For sure.
put some gloves on and spar, I think you'll be good, man.
Yeah.
Especially as quick as you're healing up, you know, and you know, we have that woman that's over there today. You know, her back is amazing.
I think we're done.
Yeah, we're done. All right. Well, she has an amazing back. She's doing great. We're done. We got to get you off your IV. Samson, my brother, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I
Nothing
appreciate
makes
you.
me happier about my job is when I see one of my jiu-jitsu brothers come in here. And just like me, man, you remember how much pain I was in. I couldn't even walk down the stairs. And to
It's
see
crazy
that
where
you
you
got
are
a chance.
today. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
I watch your I was watching the other day where you were and where you are now.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 2 years. Like,
Almost 2 years
2
now.
years. 2 years. I was watching that and I saw the MRI of what your back was
Right.
and where you are now. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
was
going to be
like,
your neck.
For sure,
That's
for
gonna
sure.
be your neck, buddy.
But like I said, I love you, brother, and I really
Love you too,
appreciate
man.
you. My
You're
wife
doing
loves you,
well.
and we're family.
Yeah.
I really appreciate everything you're doing. Ed Clay's doing. You know, you guys are doing a miracle. You're doing a lot of great for a lot of great people. You're helping a lot of people, and I don't think you get enough credit for that. Right? You're an amazing human being, and I love you, man.
I love you too, brother. Thanks for that, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I love you, bro. Thank you,
Cool.
thank you so much, and thanks for having me on this podcast.
Yeah, buddy. For sure. Shout out for your gym.
Sampson Jiu-Jitsu Academy, baby, Southlake, Texas. Jason Sampson here. Be savage, not average.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right. Thank you.